What is the moment you realized foster care was not safe? It happened the very first night in what was supposed to be a good home. I was 13 when I got placed there. The caseworker told me the couple was experienced, that they had fostered kids for years and had glowing reviews. When we pulled into the driveway, the house looked perfect. Freshly painted shutters, a tidy lawn, even a swing set in the backyard. I wanted so badly to believe this was the place where I could finally relax. Dinner that night was quiet. The foster parents asked me a few polite questions, then mostly talked to each other. Nothing felt unusual yet. But later, when the dishes were done and I headed toward the guest room, everything changed. I passed by the living room and froze. The foster dad was sitting there with a belt in his lap, snapping it between his hands like he was waiting. My foster mom whispered, "Do not mess this one up. We do not need another report." My stomach dropped. I had no idea what they meant, but every alarm in my body went off. That night I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, too afraid to move, too afraid to sleep. The shadows on the wall seemed alive, and every creak in the house made my heart race. Over the next few days I realized what not safe meant in that house. If I made a mistake, even something small, I got punished harshly. Once I forgot to take my shoes off at the door and got shoved so hard I hit the wall. Another time, I asked for more food at dinner and got told, "You should be grateful you even eat here." The worst part was the unpredictability. One moment they acted perfectly normal when the caseworker was around. The next, the second the door closed, their faces hardened and the rules shifted into something cruel. I started to feel like I was living with strangers who wore masks, pretending to be kind while hiding the truth of who they were. The exact moment I knew foster care was not safe came one afternoon when I got home from school. I walked into my room and found my few belongings scattered across the floor. My drawings, the ones I had worked on to calm myself down, were ripped in half. My foster mom stood in the doorway and said, "We went through your stuff. You do not keep secrets in this house." I remember feeling completely exposed. Like even the little pieces of me that I tried to protect were not mine anymore. That was when I knew safety did not exist here. Not physical safety. Not emotional safety. Nothing. After that, I started living in survival mode. I kept my head down, spoke only when spoken to, and counted the days until the next home. Because that is what safety meant in foster care, waiting to leave not because you wanted to, but because staying any longer felt like drowning. So when people ask me about the moment I realized foster care was not safe, it was not one punch, one scream, or one broken rule. It was that look in my foster mom's eyes as she ripped my drawings, reminding me that even in a house that looked perfect on the outside, the inside could be the most dangerous place of all. What about you? If you grew up in foster care, when did you realize it was not safe?